Bryn hit me up from Valdosta, Georgia. He said, what do you make of the NCAA football announcement, bait and switch, from last night? Now, what he's talking about is there was hot traction on the streets that we were going to get some major announcement about the NCAA football game. It's been gone for a decade, the video game, and it's going to make a reappearance apparently later this summer. Our very own Brandon Marcello, he had his ear to the ground, and he said, we're expecting some kind of an announcement from EASports during the national championship game. And we didn't get it. Now, I did not shed a tear for this, but many of you did last night, and I hit you up today, and I said, you really got shafted on that video game announcement last night, huh? Well, Jesse, we had like 1,000 replies to that, didn't we? So people are taking this really hard. Now, this is an iconic video game, just iconic. But if you don't play video games, you don't care. Candidly, I haven't played a video game in like 10 years. So this doesn't affect me and my own life all that much. Do I care? No. Do you care? Yes. So that makes me care. And I do understand, for the greater good of the sport, how important this is. And if you don't play video games, you probably don't get this. But there's a reason all the other major sports leagues have them. And there's a reason why some people play the games and don't even watch the sport. And there's this other subset of the gaming society, Bradley, among many others, part of that, where they play the game and are brought to the sport through that conveyor belt, which sounds crazy to some of you. I get it, okay? Carl from Carrollton down in Georgia, you don't get this. But, you know, the Bradleys of the world, they get on the sticks and then they say, oh, these little animated people, they exist in real life, huh? I'm going to go check it out. And then all of a sudden he's watching Michigan State Purdue. Voila. Well, if you don't have that game for a decade, there is a chunk of audience that would have been baked in that never gets baked in. So it's very important. Now, there is some talk. There's some scuttlebutt. I've done the job so you don't have to. You've been at work today. Because what else would you do after the national championship game than go to work the next day? Just again, Monday night title games. Brilliant stupidity. So I've been paying attention. And the guided word on the street is maybe this was calculated. Now, Marcelo has come out today, and he said, I was not wrong about this last night. I believe him. I believe he had good knowledge and intel that EASports was planning to do something, and then all of a sudden they didn't do it. Now, what Marcelo can't know, well, at least if he knows, he hasn't told me, but what the streets are saying is maybe this was a classic calculated bait and switch. And if it was, it's brilliant. They got millions of dollars of free marketing last night. And if it wasn't, you guys need to just pretend like it was, because it makes you look really shrewd. Then when you actually do drop your big announcement, you get the double dip. You got it for free last night. You'll eventually, I assume, pay for it. And look, all's well that ends well, guys. My intel from Jesse is that it's still on pace for a summer 2024 release. So it'll be fine. It'll get here when it gets here. In the meantime, yeah, for those of you who don't live in that world, oh, it's a tough time. And imagine being a Michigan fan or being a Washington fan who is also a hardcore gamer. Just like a double groin punch last night. And the only thing, as Meemaw used to always tell me, the only thing worse than a groin punch is a double groin punch. Oof, oof.